mean, he's got some talent there.
That's right. He's got Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. Chris Carson has played well for him. And the last year, the twilight year of Greg Olson. Out there. So
he caught a couple of passes. That was nice.
Yeah. So
good to see him back on a team.
Speaking of twilight, what's his name? Former Dallas tight end. He's still playing.
Jason Witten. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's with the Raiders.
He was on the stat sheet somewhere. I can't remember where he was, but
he's with the Raiders.
He was on the stat sheet for the man holding the crutches, I think.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about one other thing here. The NFL regular season game, aforementioned Vikings-Seahawks, had 11 million viewers. The NBA Finals clincher game only had 5 million viewers. So LeBron gets his 4th championship for his 3rd different team. I got to say he's got to be one of the all-time greats. But what about those ratings? Come on. The NBA can't do better?
Well, yeah, I mean.
Is it done?
No, but they've got to get, I think LeBron's negatives are more than his positives as far as viewership. I've said before, I don't want to hear the 2 words, LeBron's legacy, anymore. It's like he's a fine basketball player, but to me, his true legacy is off the court. The things that he's done for kids through his foundations and things. It's just like I can't watch him. I can't, So plus this particular playing in the bubble, it got so politicized. I just think it turned people off. It's just sad because when you're watching him, and especially Anthony Davis, you are watching some really fine athletes.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the soul, the baggage is just too heavy.
Do you think the Lakers are a tune-out as well? Are people tired of L.A. Lakers 17th championship, tying them with the Celtics on the all-time list?
That's a good question in terms of, obviously, I don't think, at least for me, that I don't have anything personal against LeBron
Polarizing.
and Anthony Davis, but I'll just say this. If you go back to, and again, even this team, I think people got tired of, but, the way that the style and play which Golden State played was so kind of exciting and, so up and down and just tried first one to 125 kind of feel to it that people were drawn to that. And I just think, obviously they're effective, but I just think the style of play of the Lakers, it's not that fun. It's a bunch of half court, ISO on LeBron or
like a pickup game,
ISO on
right?
Dave. Yeah. I mean, and obviously it works. I'm not, obviously they're trying to win, but just from an aesthetic style of point, I don't know if they were a fun team to watch.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, no matter what happens, LeBron has to be the center of it. Even when he's sort of playing point guard, and passing the ball off to people and setting people up, it's still he's the center.
And not to try to put all the ratings poison on the Lakers. Also, as good as the Heat were, and they deserve to be in it, I'm not going to say it's like a Jason Kidd Nets team, or Allen Iverson with the 76ers team. But, I don't think anyone felt, and props to them for even taking it 6 games, but I don't think anyone felt oh yeah, they're gonna win it. I think once they got there, and it's fair to them, if you look at anyone else in the East, there were no other great East teams. They had as good, they have a legitimate reason to be there more than any, but there wasn't a great East team, so it's pretty much whoever won the West was gonna win. So
yeah, and plus it wasn't a big market, Boston, New York type of deal where there's this assumed rivalry. It's Miami, and not people. Yeah, I don't know. Not watching basketball much there.
And again, because I don't want him coming after me. I think Jimmy Butler's great, but Jimmy Butler isn't viewed by I think the average American as a superstar. He is, but I don't think anyone's like LeBron, Jimmy Butler. People are like, I don't care about this,
Yeah. I hear you.
So,
yeah,
I think, but Jimmy Butler, I think we saw him mature some. You saw him actually taking the reins of a team and just pulling them along. Because it was like Tyler Hero had his moments early in one of their series, but then in the finals, he just kind of disappeared. It was all Jimmy Butler pushing them. So it was good to see him mature because the man has talent.
Oh, that's Jimmy Butler on line 2 for Mr. Dog. Hang on, there. Mr. Butler, Mr. Dog, Mr. Dog, Mr. Butler. Hang on.
I love both your triple doubles that lead to the W's in the finals. You're great. I hope you get your own Space Jam 3.
Space Jam.
Try to cover.
Wow, that was a stretch right
or
there.
At least a jug of raspberry jam. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, a big one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Some preserves, please.
Hey,
yes.
Did you see? The
Did you see what
Florida coach? What's his name? Mullen was saying let's fill up the Florida stadium, and now they've got COVID, like 7 players with COVID. It was like they may not play after all. Period. It was like, dude, you just jinxed yourself. Let's put 95,000 in the Orange Bowl. Come on.
Why not? And here's another one for you. Vanderbilt, the academic school, they're out of their game because they're all major positive too. So that's kind of an oxymoron, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be practicing. It's Vanderbilt.
Well,
at least it wasn't a kegger. It was a Magnum, because Vanderbilt, they only drink champagne. They don't drink beer. So
it was a little Prosecco.
Wow.
You look at them and the Titans, not a good look for Nashville.
No, it's rough, isn't
it? Yeah, it's not a good look.
What else do you have, guys?
Just real quick, because I don't know if they'll get another good win, and I'll be biased on this one. How about that win for Chicago over the Bucks?
Yes, sir.
Well,
yes, sir.
I think all luck was used up. That's all I'm going to say.
No, Andrew Luck retired. No, Foles is the man. Brady thought it was, 4th down, 5th down.
Yeah, that's 4th down.
Mack is the man. Mack was in the backfield more than the running backs.
No, their defense, they played really well. I would imagine that, Mack, Brady knew him very well after that game.
How do you do?
He was tattooed on that boy. It was like, whoa.
We haven't even said the best part when he sacked Brady and Tristan Wirfs on him, and then he flicks his shoulder and he hip tossed Tristan Wirfs. The man's like 300 pounds.
Yeah, with one hand.
My goodness. Yeah, I mean that was crazy. It was.
Max unbelievable.
The greatest part is one of the beat reporters in Chicago asked him, like, how'd you do that? And his response was, I don't know. So,
and you have to say, with these empty stadiums, it is fun actually to hear the players carrying on sometimes.
Yeah.
But I wonder how it is for them, because I think there's an advantage to some teams to have nobody there.
Yeah.
Well, and so is the crowd noise piped into the stadium or just on TV?
Actually, both.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is bizarre. It's both. There is audio on this, which is weird because, like, is that for the players? I mean, because it can only be put at certain dB, so it can't really affect the game. And one of the beat reporters talked about the weirdest part is, like, I guess it's like a constant murmur, and then it gets to a point, obviously, where they're shutting things down. So the murmur doesn't even just die down; it just drops off completely.
And my favorite is
it's the most bizarre thing
when a team, on defense, it's 3rd down. It's like, who's he talking to? The PA announcer. There's nobody there. They played up. Whoa, it's third down. Anyway,
Yeah.
Well,
And I
it's messed
just
up.
so I'm not biased for my boy. Ravens showed why they're the big brother, and the Bengals right now are the little brother. Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
That was a learning tree game.
Learning tree.
Yeah, he went to the learning tree. And he found
the
out,
mathnasium.
yeah, I just need to do my quick read whenever they're throwing. I can't hold the ball, or I'm gonna either get strip sacked, when throw up a bad throw, an interception, or I'm just gonna get bludgeoned.
Little going to school.
It was a going to school game. It was a going to school game. So
well, we're still his fan club, and he appreciates that.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to give a shout out to Joe Morgan. May he rest in peace. Major League Baseball player, Big Red Machine, 22-year career, Hall of Famer, 2-time MVP, 10-time All-Star. Probably overlooked on a team that featured Johnny Bench, Pete Rose, and Tony Perez. In my book, one of the all-time greats. He died this week at age 77.
Hats off to Joseph.
Yep, he was the man.
Yeah.
What else, guys? Anything else?
I think that's it, except
Yeah.
may I go ahead and go? That's my weak attempt at taps.
Was that a rooster? What was that?
It was. It was a rooster over in the corner.
I thought that was the Viking horn.
U of L at Notre Dame. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
It's going to be nasty.
Prediction?
Notre Dame, if they want to, they can win by 40 points easily. So I would say it's going to be 42-17 at best. At best.
I'm going 56-14.
Okay.
My prediction, in the words of Clubber Lang, pain. That's it.
I pity the fool.
That's it.
Well, gosh, that might bring to a close another episode of Sports and Other Stuff. Sponsored in part by First National Bank. Come as you are, bank from your car. Come through the drive-thru window. You'll hear the voice of
Fish.
Yeah.
And he will offer you a cupcake. This is Cupcake Week at the bank, so come on down.
National Cupcake Week at First National Bank. That's it, Sport Weasels. We are those. First in sound, first in service, and first in other stuff. We will be here next week, we hope. So long for now.